Hey, 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 welcome to the Legacy Speaker Show. I am your host, Jasmine Haley, and today's guest is Marvin Flavien. We are so excited to have you. Let me tell you a little bit about our guest. He is the number one, not number two, number three, number four, but number one video marketing strategist for coaches and industry leaders. He is the owner of MK Flav Video, who is a video marketing production company based in Jersey. And he is on the mission to help coaches and industry leaders just like yourself impact the world. And if y'all have seen some of my video content when I'm looking flyer than ever, it's because of this incredible man here. So welcome to the show.
That's an intro. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I knew I had to have you on here because so first of all, let's just talk about how I randomly got connected to Marvin. I have no idea. I don't know. I think what happened was he sent me a friend request and I'm like, "Oh, that's a men's over there. I don't know. Should I accept?" But then I started seeing some of his work and I was like, wow, his work is pretty awesome. And I didn't have any connection with any video marketing person that was reliable. I had multiple experiences. So I wind up connecting with Marvin, having a conversation. He put me at ease. His work was so professional, just amazing. I flew up to New Jersey, worked with him and his team, and I had such an incredible experience. And we have used Marvin on multiple occasions. So I knew that I had to have him eventually on this podcast because I knew how important video marketing was to me as a speaker and trainer and just as a business owner, and why it's vital for you to be considering it now for your own business. So, Marvin, you got to tell us what led you into becoming the guru that you are now as a video marketing strategist.
Um, Thank you. First of all, thank you. I think I'm honest. To be honest, it was just a journey. I always been in like the creative field when it comes to like video. Like since I was a kid, I was into YouTube and like filming, editing, all that stuff. So I feel like it was just a journey, and like life just kind of brought me to this point. I always knew I wanted to help people, and I always knew like. I could do something like stuff kind of came easy to me naturally to me about like conversational people, like learning how to do video stuff like and stuff like that. But yeah, so I think it just naturally got into this point, but now it's really just on a mission really to help, people like you, or just people listening, just really just connect with their people, because they have so much to offer, and my job is to put people at ease and get them like to show up, authentically as himself on camera, and that's kind of what we do.
Yeah, I love that. And I'm telling you, no matter what I threw at Marvin, if I was joking, if I was like being worried about something, scatterbrain, he was like unfazed, which is awesome. And that's the kind of person that you need to be on your corner, especially when it comes to the feeling that often happens when you get visible with video. So I would love to know for you and for what you've seen in your area of expertise, why video is necessary for business owners, why we should be even leveraging it.
I would say this, like, think about like how we got connected. You say you saw my work first before you saw me. So it's like it's that first impression, like I look at video as a tool. I know a lot of people look at videos like platform, like all this stuff. But for me, I look at it as a powerful business tool that when people want to experience something, they can actually experience it, because how else is someone gonna know like what it's like to work with you unless they work with you or they heard something from someone else, I feel like in anything we do, we're always looking for that story. We're looking for someone else's experience, right? And then so what we do with video is take that equation and bring it to you. So now you don't have to. Obviously, you can like go to other people and see like how I was working with Marvin, but you can just see it for yourself and like, wow, this is I get to experience it. So for me, and for what I tell business owners, like think about all the stuff that you're doing. Like you want to accelerate or automate things. Like this is the way to go. It's not video's not the future. It's kind of right now, and like if you want to stay ahead or just want people to simply see what you do, this is the way to do it. So
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And what I like about video, for anyone, you could be a professional, business owner, video makes what you do digestible. I think that's the biggest thing. It's just like, as I'm aging, as I'm getting older, there's certain kind of foods I got to stay away from, right? And I can only have a certain amount, or I'm gonna be up all night, completely uncomfortable, right? Because I overdid it. Well, that's how it is sometimes when we're putting out our information about our business. We're so excited, we're so passionate, but then we overdo it to the point where people are almost sick to the stomach. They can't digest what we're giving them. They've already forgotten, right? Because they're trying to get some of that anti-acid medication to get through what they've been through with you. And I think when it comes to video, it just allows you to put your information, your passion, your work into something that's succinct, so that it's memorable for the other people that are on the other end viewing it. Would you agree?
100%. Yeah, it's like honestly, a lot of people think like videos about themselves. It's really not about us. It's about the people we're trying to reach or people we're trying to serve.
Yeah.
And that's really it. How can I connect with them? How can like if I have if I have a service or a product that I know that helps people, how is it they gonna know it can help them if I don't show it to them? So
Yeah.
that's it right there.
So what would you say to someone, because I know that a lot of people, especially with just like speaking and training, a lot of people feel like, "Oh, I need to lose an extra 10 pounds. Oh, I need to be this certain weight. I got to have my hair a certain kind of way, insert whatever obstacle they put in beforehand." So what would you say to someone to let them know, like, the time is now. Here's some ways you can prep if you're feeling a little nervous.
The first thing is to uh, when people think like that, obviously I come with it with a lot of empathy because
Mhm.
there's a lot of stuff people have going on like mentally and things like that. But like really look at it like the concerns. If it's all about you, if it's all about me, 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 it's like we got to be real with ourselves. Like, is this fear talking? Is this So I think, like I said before, like when we put it on, like how can I serve my people? How can they see me? How can they get the information that they need to make a decision? It takes the heavy lifting or the worry off of us and puts it on there. And now I can show up because I know this message is for my people. I can be that like that thing that someone needs right now because I'm not worried about how I look, how I sound, because I'm only focused on making sure this is about you and learn how this is going to make you feel watching this. So we really just try to take it all off of us and put it on like how can we help our people in that. But I mean, if anything, like there's obviously some things you could do, like make sure you're like people can see you, make sure they can hear you. Other than that, but like really, if it's just like looks and like how do I sound, it's it's a lot of internal stuff. And I think once we look, if we're being real with ourselves, it's fear. Honest, it's being fear. And then, like I said, like really look at your people and say like, how can I show up for them? And take it all off of us because it's not about us looking flashy. It's not about us looking like, hey, look here, come look at me. It's really about the people on the other end of the screen. So
Yeah, I love that so much. It's exactly what I talk about. It's becoming legacy driven. It's like you have to. When I first started speaking, I had to put my children's face at the forefront because I didn't feel like I was worthy enough to go out there and share my message. But I knew it was necessary. I knew I had to because I understood how futile life is. At any point in time, I could go, right? And so, do I want to live with regrets or do I want to make it happen? And so I had to make it happen, but I didn't feel worthy enough to do that. And so I used my children. And eventually, every time I took action, the confidence began to grow and grow and grow. And I remember there was points in times where I couldn't even listen to my own voice on a podcast or video. I wouldn't go back and look at it at all. And I had to work through that. But the key thing is that I kept moving. And I love, what Marvin said. It's like, are there people waiting for you in your industry, in your community, for the solution that you provide? Like actually waiting for you.
they need
They're
it.
waiting for you. Yeah, they need it. And I love what you said, Marvin, where you're making it about you and not the people you want to serve. So how can we push through that?
just like you said, you gotta do it to build confidence. I always say like
Yeah.
you can't get better at swimming without going into the pool. You can watch all the videos, but you got to get in there and kind of, you know, might sink or swim a little bit, but you really just got to get in there and do it. Because like once you get through it, like, oh, it wasn't that scary. You know, it wasn't
Hmm.
that. You know, I'm still here. Like this wasn't crazy. You know, so I think once you get past that, and obviously too, like if you can have someone who can like help you, like get to that point. Obviously, if you know like, hey, I don't know how to set up cameras, I don't know how to do this stuff. Obviously, don't do it yourself, but like
Hmm.
know like, where your limits are, what you can do. But obviously, to get better at this, you really have to get in there and kind of dive into it. So
Yeah. So what are some of the results your clients have seen, from leveraging video to skyrocket their business? And I want y'all to know, like, I'm using business and speaking and training interchangeably because it's going to impact and benefit all of those things. So I would love to know, like, what are some of the results people have gotten? How have they been able to kind of leverage it?
I mean, where do we start? Like it's
I know.
simple. Like I've had clients who literally got like client like posting the video and literally scheduling meetings soon after. You know, another client had like she was a coach and like she we did like these like testimonial type videos for her people. No one questioned like to jump into her coaching program. They all was like, this is what I need. This is exactly what we've been looking for. You know, it's like it's that instant thing. And I always look at it as like take they get to know all the information they need before they hop on a call with you. And then when they do hop on the call with you, it's like, what do we got to do to get started? You know, it's like we're taking all
Exactly.
that getting to know you stage out of it, and really that, you know, we have people getting leads from social media, you know, getting clients from Instagram. It's so much. Like I said, like there's so much to do with video. It's not just one dimensional thing. It's like, yes, it's marketing, but it's also it can be a sales asset for you. It's a sales asset for me. You know, like I'll make sure everybody who we sit down with, they need to watch our video because they need to know what we're about.
Hmm.
So, and it does the talking for me, you know. So I think just looking at it as a way to like how in many ways you can implement it to your business, you know. So it's really just, you know, the sky's the limit when it comes to working with video and just working like how to implement things into business. So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know for sure when I first was introduced to your brand, that was what I had to watch before I actually scheduled a call. And I was like, okay. So when you explained your process to me, I was like, okay, I'm actually going to fly up and allow this individual, this professional, to show me from their own area of expertise how they can support me with my goals. And I felt comfortable with that, even though I didn't get a reference from anyone. I knew no one that received your services. I could only see what you demonstrated from the power of video. So for those of you who are listening, I mean, I have used videos in my email signature. I have used videos on my sales pages. I have used videos in my funnels for prospective clients. I mean, the sky is the limit, and it's certainly something that you can utilize for event organizers, because you have to understand that their primary goal to for you as a speaker or trainer is to determine whether or not you're going to create transformation for their audience. How well are you going to add value to their particular event? And that's what they want to demonstrate, and that's what a video marketing strategically can do for you.
yeah, I always say like
Mhm.
anywhere someone needs to make a decision about you, there should be a video there.
Mm, let me write that one down. Got to add that to your list, Marvin. That is awesome. That is awesome. I love that. So I'm curious to know, like, if someone is at the six figure mark and they haven't really delved into video, they understand their messaging. So we're talking people who are just not starting in business. We're talking people
Mhm.
that have already built six figures into their business. They know their messaging, they know who they serve. What would you say is the first step that they should take when it comes to video if they're ready to implement it into their business?
Yeah, so I would say look at, it's always good to have some video where it's like things are actually working, right? So if you have a service that's like good, people love it, then that's a good indicator that, hey, we should have a video here, either one explaining the process or just explaining who the company is. Like, if anything, if you don't have something that people can really see, like, hey, what is this company? Who is this person about? Like, watch this video kind of thing. And I look at that as like a defense. So there's two type of video strategies you can do. So there's defense and offense. Defense is something where like people are coming to you to learn more about you. You have a video there. That's kind of like what you have. It is what you have, I'm saying. But it's like where people are coming to learn more about you. They have this video here, and it indoctrinates them. It gives them all the information they need to know about a company. Or if you, and then once you do that, like you have that set, like now every time you're funneling people into your systems and all your stuff, your content, they can watch this video. Bam, if they need to get on a call or buy a product or service, they just do that and kind of get that working on. I don't want to say like automatic, but it's like it's almost like automation in a sense, but not totally, but like in that sense. And then once you nail that down, like start looking at how you want to expand. Like, do you want to reach more people? Are you trying to branch out to a new audience? Like, what other things are you trying to do? Like for us, it's really, when we work with people, we look at like, where are you trying to go? Like what are your goals? Like, so we can start planning and see like how we can help you reach those goals in that sense. So if anything, first, like if you don't have something where people can learn everything they need to know about you and kind of help that a little bit of automate that process of like getting to know you, booking a call and all that stuff. If you don't have that, and I think that's a perfect way to start, especially if it's already working and it's just been successful. Like kind of remove yourself from that and that situation a bit.
Yeah, I love that, Marvin. And for those of you who are curious to know what did you use, Jasmine? I started with a video business card. I literally started, that was my very first like full production kind of experience with Marvin and his team, and that was wonderful. I mean, I was getting DMs like, oh, "Okay, Jasmine, we see you out here," right? Like, but what it helped with people to understand was like, what was my mission? What was I focused in on, and what was some of the work that I was doing for speaking and training? And it's already evolved in so many ways, but I love what you suggested. Is like, think about what is your goal. And at that time, when I reached out to you, I was like, well, here's the work that I'm doing right now. And but I wasn't all the way clear about all of the offerings because I felt like I was still like in a place of transition. And so you were like, all right, we'll do a video business card. And I covered my mission and what it is that I did as a whole for the business. And that really, really started to set me apart, and show the level of excellence that my business was going to provide. So I think that for anyone that is already reached that six-figure mark, and you're looking at really creating more digestible content that could prove to be giving you an ROI for years to come, right? We're not talking like 2 months. Like if you're really strategic, you can have an asset that you can utilize for sustainability for some time. Start there. I love that you share that. So I'm curious to know, this is going to be like my last question to you, unless you have anything else you want to add for the video marketing. But what was the best business advice you've ever received?
Best business advice pertaining to video marketing or just in general?
You could do one for business in general and give me one for video marketing.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think for video, I think the best advice is just show, don't tell. You know, if you have something great, like show it. If something amazing happened, you did something amazing for this client, like show it. Like because it's just more. It's and people can like watch and experience something. It's just way more powerful. They'll never like. Obviously, it's more memorable. They probably won't forget it. They'll probably remember it. They remember how you made them feel watching it. So if like anything in business or life, just take what you're doing and show it. For business, honestly, I think it just comes down to confidence. I think a lot of people are afraid to do a lot of things. They're afraid to start a business or speak on a stage or use video. I think a lot of it just comes down to confidence and fear. And I just, I don't think it was one particular thing. I think it was many things that kind of that combine into this message I'm about to say. I think it really just comes down to like being confident in who you are and like and what you do and like how you can help people. I think that's the biggest thing. Because I guess for me, it wasn't anything that clicked for me. It was just more like I know what I've done. You know, I know what I've helped people do. I literally have a folder called Client Love with people from DMs, like messages, all the amazing things clients said about their videos, their business, and all the stuff they experienced. Because like I know for a fact like what we do helps, and like for anyone watching, like I think you know what you do is amazing. And I think when you have that confidence, like I feel like you can achieve a lot in business, you know, and just anything you do with just having confidence in that. So
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Marvin, for your time. Please let listeners know where they can find you.
I'm making it real easy. So MK Flav video on any platform, everywhere. So
Uh,
we are very visual. So you can find us on any platform. Except Pinterest. MK Flav video.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, listen, y'all. Marvin has a gift for you. It's a free training, 10 videos to get comfortable on camera. So if you know that you want to leverage it and you have some, things holding you back, he has a free gift. So check it out in our show notes. Whatever platform that you're watching us, it will be there in our show notes, and we want you to take advantage of it. Thanks again, Marvin.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, y'all, listen. Video changed the game for me in my business. It helped me to call in higher level of clientele. It also helped people to conceptualize what I was doing. No matter how much I was talking, to my face was completely blue. It didn't make sense until I started leveraging it into digestible content via video. So I really want you to take some time, re-listen to this episode if you have to. Take advantage of the freebie that Marvin has given. Reach out to him if you know that you're ready to leverage your own work in a video format. But as speakers and as business owners, we have to realize that visibility is necessary in order to improve your market value so that people will hire you for consulting services, hire you for coaching, hire you for your speaking and training services, and pay those higher fees. We have to start demonstrating in a more professional way, right? Other than DIY, having experts help us to start helping us tell our story and tell the story of the work that we do in our business. Thanks again for listening to this episode, and it was phenomenal. If you know that you need help with creating your own signature speaking topics and working on your business, reach out to Legacy Scaler at jasminehaley.com, and we'll see you in our next episode. Bye.